Hello. I am going to do an unboxing of a Sapphire wigs headband wig. Same wig I'm wearing now, but I have done some alterations to it. In the same video, I'm going to show you how to do those alterations, cutting the length and thinning the wig. And then I'm probably going to show you how to cut this headband piece here that comes on the wig. All right, that's a lot of stuff to digest in that first little few seconds, but here we go. And some of the hair's already come out. All right, it comes in a bag, a little Ziploc bag, a bag and a bag. And it comes with a headband. These come in random different colors. You don't know what you're gonna get. The last one I got was a jaguar type spotty tiger, not tiger, the spotted cat, not tiger. Anyway. Here it is coming out of the box, the headband. And these headbands are fine. They're wide enough on one section, but they get smaller towards the back, and so I don't like that as much. So that's why I bought these. I'll put the link and everything somewhere. You'll be able to get to it, link to it. But so I prefer these ones, which are I think if you just type boho scarf in Amazon or search, that's what it is, a boho scarf. Okay, so here's the wig. Oh my goodness, I forgot how long she was. Compared to this is like, what? She's like, twice as long, almost. My goodness, okay. So I'm netting her, maybe? I get confused with the nets because they're everywhere. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I forgot it has this Velcro. I haven't had this in a while. This headband. I've had this headband wig for over a year and a half maybe. So I forget all the little things it had. It had this headband thing, which I cut out because frankly I just don't need it. I don't need all this extra fabric because it's already got enough like fabric and weight and everything to it. See how much longer she is. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my bad. Got my chair here. I'm ready for my trimming her, but wow, she is so long. I didn't realize I had taken that much length off. Oh, okay. So we got some work to do. So I'm gonna show you I'm not going to sit down anymore because it's just too awkward for me to sit down. So I'm going to show you what it looks like on as long as it is. So this is a boho scarf. This is what they are. It's just a long tube of fabric, and you can bunch it up. It can be a neck scarf, bandana. It can be all sorts of stuff. So you could use it as anything. It's just, the possibilities are endless. Anyway, I'll link something about that in a minute. So this is what I cut off, is this band. And what I do is I wear my wig grip lower or further forward when I'm wearing a headband wig. And then I clip the clips that come in, and I'll show you when I demonstrate putting the other one on. I clip those. There's 3 clips, and I clip her in. It just keeps it on my head easier. So here's the one I cut. Has none of all that stuff in it. And here's the new one, which has all the excess fabric, and I'll show you. And all that length. Oh my goodness! I really cut her. Anyway. I just get surprised by it. So before you cut, get a little clip. And we're going to place it on the hair where I want the length to be, so I know where to cut it. Okay, so it has this adjustable Velcro thing. Again, all this is not necessary, and I'll get there. But anyway, it comes with the 3 clips, like I said, one on each side, one in the back. It is a closed cap wig. And it's got the adjusters here. I don't even have them adjusted closed on the other one like this, just because these type usually pop off anyway, so sew it in place if you need it sewn like tighter. Just sew it where you need it. All right, so I'm gonna go in head first. It's pretty easy to figure out. Oh, it's tighter. Maybe I've loosened it some. So the headband gets confusing because it gets all caught in the hair. So I just like to wrap it before I even pop up, because it, oh my gosh. See, okay, the hair's going. This is why I cut it, because I can't deal with all this hair. This is why I have no bio hair, because I just hate hair now. Okay, so I'm gonna adjust it back some, and this is just too much for me, so I usually would flip this up because it's gonna be covered by a headband anyway. Or you know, you could leave it like that if you wanted to. I mean, that's not bad without the without the wig grip there, but obviously adjust that. But I have it further forward because this line from the manufacturing, this little line leaves a nice little bump and indentation on my head. So I like the wig grip further forward, so it prevents this line from digging into my forehead. That's the only reason. And it makes the wig a bit more secure. Like, you can take these combs, if I can find them in this one, and hook them in and under your wig grip. And then that, oof, if I can get it under there, that helps, ow, it's all falling apart. That helps secure it a little bit into the wig grip. All right, so this long demon hair here. It's just, I have to cut it because it's just so much hair. All right, so, I mean, I love it, I do, but it's a lot of hair. Anyway, so we're gonna split it down the middle as good as you can get. It's not, it doesn't really matter at this point. So what I do, so you can get it either on the mannequin or clip it yourself, is where I want it to go, is I measure it by combs. So there's, oh, I think I bought it at about 2 combs, about like the other one. So it's about 2 combs high, but instead of relying on my comb, I'm gonna just take a piece of hair, a section, and I'm gonna clip it. See, right about there. So where my clip went, there it is. Take your hair, clip it right there, and then cut below that. That way we have an area, and it's fine because it's wavy. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. You can take it off if you can, because this one's so much tighter than the other one. I forget that wigs loosen. Be careful not to lose your clip. I'm gonna take this, and if you can, if you have a bust, I highly recommend a bust. I mean, they make wig life so much easier. I'm gonna try and clip her in the back here. Sorry, I'm standing on paper, so I don't, so I can throw all my hair away that I'm about to, like this mess I'm about to make. We're gonna clip her down So hopefully she'll stay on the head. If I can, oh my gosh. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't edit my videos because I am not a video editor. And so I don't know how. And I know this is annoying, but it's part of the process. Okay, so there's our clip. Still there. All right, so the most important thing here is you have a choice. You can use pinking shears. They will do a bulk of the work for you, and it won't be super blunt, but these are also good on bangs for not getting them blunt. But in this case, what we're going to do is the point and cut method, which you also do on bangs. You pull the bangs down straight, and then you point, you cut and pull. But like you do the cutting after the pulling, so you're kind of cutting as you pull the scissors down. So that way it creates a wispy look. But we're gonna do that same technique here. So I'm gonna just twist her a little bit. I'm gonna bring my camera in slightly so you can see it a bit better, maybe. All right, so we got my clip here. Okay, so we're gonna stay under this length. So what I'm gonna start doing is just start cutting it like this. Don't cut it bluntly, or you're gonna get a blunt cut. If you want to do it bluntly and come back, go a little bit further down, cut it bluntly, and then come back and do the point and cut method. So I'm just gonna start with the point cut method because I am more familiar with it. So, you know, you're just gonna start cutting right here. And then you can get rid of the, see how I'm kind of cutting all sorts of different angles, because this wig is a, it's not a straight blunt cut. So you see, and I'm gonna actually, this is gonna sound weird, but I'm gonna actually save this. I'm gonna try and make some sort of bangs that I can put maybe on the wig. I don't know. I have no idea. I just had this brilliant idea, like, I'm gonna save some of this and see, can I make bangs to go with a headband wig? I don't know, but we'll see. That's maybe a future thing. Anyway, so I got my first little section here, and then I can follow this all the way, the rest of the way along, just to get the length. The length is all we're doing right now, length. I will continue the video and we will get rid of the bulk of the density too. So we're gonna just kind of brush this down a little bit since she's all crazy. And then you just start, you can grab a section if you want and just start kind of cutting it at different angles, but always pull it out away from the cut. And then that helps make it a lot more textured and not as blunt of a cut. You see how it's coming along. I'm gonna grab another section and kind of stay with that same hair. And you're not even going to perfect it all until the end. I don't need all that. So we're just going along, grabbing some sections. I'm sorry if my head's in the way. And you just cut. The thinning part will come later to the actual strands here that I'm doing. This is probably going to end up being a much longer video than I assumed it would be, which is, you know, not such a big deal, but, you know, people make plans and then plans just turn into something. So I'm trying to do this as quick as possible so I can do all this without wasting everybody's time. So again, the point and cut method is the best way to ensure it's not blunt. That, you know, we like that non-blunt style because it just looks more natural. It's grown out. If you start blunting the hair, it just starts to look a little different. And I believe this kind of goes up to one of the longer or the shorter layers. See, we got a little bit of an off cut there, so, but that's fine. That's what you can fix, because I did go around, and you know, you just go back, get it as close to the same. You can make several cuts. I suggest, if you are unsure and you're new, you're unfamiliar, take a day, take a couple of hours, come back to it and see how she's feeling to you. The thinness, the length, everything. Just take a couple days. It's not gonna hurt. The hair's not gonna go anywhere. The hair's not gonna grow back. So, you know, take a couple days. Make sure you like what you're doing, because it will not grow back. Just bear that in mind. And everything I'm doing here, you cannot return. So, it will return. It will avoid your return policy. So I'm just getting some of these like wispy, longer hairs that I didn't get in the initial cut. So there we go. We're nice and short now. Pretty much the same length. This side seems still a little bit longer. Just up here. Might not be that big a deal. Especially because, you know, it's either going to be put up in a ponytail or it's going to be put up in a headband, ponytail, something. So it's probably not even going to be that noticeable. All right, so now that we got the bulk of the length, where was that? Oh, that's it. The length is trimmed up. Sorry, I'm just like, why not just snap a few extra lips off? Okay, so brush all that out. Now, for the thinning, you're going to want to try to keep as much of the top layer. So you're going to kind of separate the top out. And every wig's a little different. So this wig, you know, has the hair goes in different directions because that's what it's designed to do. And then other wigs, the hair goes in different directions there. So we're going to take I'm going to just kind of take this top layer as much as, you know, I can. Just take a clip and just clip it out of the way. Whatever kind of clip works for you is fine. Now, the thinning part comes from the thinning shears, if I can hold them right. Thinning shears, the ones with the little teeth on them. Use regular hair cuttings, thinning shears is fine, but caution, they will dull faster, same as the regular hair cutting scissors. They dull faster because this is plastic. Plastic dulls a lot faster than human hair. All right, so now that we got our top layer out of the way, what I'm going to do is just go through and grab a few little sections and just kind of start at the top and then make a few cuts all the way down, and that's going to pull out, hopefully you can see that, pull out all this, and that's going to help thin the wig up a lot. Here, I'll move that over so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so I just grabbed a section there. Let's grab another section here. Not too big of a section because the shears won't be able to do too much. You just grab it, make a few cuts every few inches down, however much you want to do, and just pull that hair out like that. And you just keep doing that until you are happy with the results. You know how thin or how thick you want your hair to be. So you just kind of, you know, you do what you need. You can, you know, this is obviously, sorry, I'm trying to not be in the way of the camera, but this is a very at-home method for cutting thinning your wigs. And I'm going to thin quite a lot under here because the top is quite thick still. So, and this is not my first one. And I'm honestly probably going to thin the other one because my first one still feels quite thick. And this makes it easier to put it in an updo as well because it's not so heavy and awkward. This hair on the floor is just ridiculous. But, you know, this helps tremendously make the wigs just so much better. And I mean, it's it's gonna look like a mess. I mean, look, if I can do this without my phone falling. The hair, I mean, it is a mess. It really is, because you're just cutting it. And I mean, I don't feel so bad cutting this one because it was a $24 wig. So they're nice to have to practice with. A nice cheap wig just to have like this kind of options, like I want to see, you know, what I could do kind of situation, and then that's perfect for this. And so after you get kind of where you think you might want her to be, oh, it's quite a lot of hair. Brush the majority out because there's gonna be a lot, and it might look really thin at first, but then remember you got that other half to come down. And what you can do also when you get this part done, because you know the back, you can kind of do another section if you like. Like take some of that top section, bring the bottom half down. Like, let's see, like this, bring them, like, oh, try not to get in the camera. I could just bring this thing closer to me. Okay, so take, let's see, the next, try and keep some of it is gonna be like seen a lot more, and you gotta kind of figure out where that might be. And it's kind of easy to tell, especially with wigs, once you've kind of seen enough wigs, you kind of start to figure out where the wefts are, and that's where you keep most of your attention is with the wefts. So now that I brought a little bit more down, I'm going to thin that too because it is still quite thick. So I'm just going to do that again. Do a couple of trims on that. Brush it out. It seems, you know, cumbersome at first because it's like, well, I don't see any results. I can't see any results, but you know, they are there. You just have to be patient and wait a little bit, and they do happen. Again, you can do a lot of these methods that I've shown you on bangs, the point and cut method, where you point with the bangs flat, but you point up and then pull down on the scissors to cut the bangs, and that makes the wispy bangs, so they're much nicer. Okay, so this is feeling a lot more like real hair. So we're going to pull this very, very top layer down, brush it in, and see how she feels. I think it might be good. It feels pretty natural because they come at what, 150 density? I think this one comes. That is just too much hair. That's too much for me anyway. So I like to thin them, and then that's a lot of hair for a lot of other women, so I'm trying to show you how to also thin them. So if we did this right, should have very little to clean up. Yeah, as far as like some of this, you'll have some excess. Just cut a little excess off. Little fibers that are slightly longer fibers that you might have missed earlier, but as long as the majority of it looks pretty even, nobody's gonna notice. Nobody's gonna notice like a few little stragglers, but if you're worried about it, you can just pop them off. It's fine. Nobody's worried about that. So again, the point and cut for don't cut bluntly. Don't zoop, straight, point and cut down. And then thinning shears in layers, the thinning shears, to thin the hair out. Now, I'm not going to show you this. Where did I put my pinking shears? Oh yeah, they're here. I'm sorry. The pinking shears is what I used to cut this off. If you want me to show you that, I can show you that real quick. It's not difficult because I'm not keeping this on this wig. It looks like you're tearing up the wig, but you're not. I promise you. You just take it and start. You probably can use regular scissors because what you're doing is cutting. It's already seamed. This seam comes in after the actual wig. So all you got to do is cut this off right above the seam. Oh my God, the scissors keep getting stuck. Right above the seam where it is actually sewn onto the wig. See how it's so quick, it's so simple. And then it makes it less bulky, in my opinion, on the front and the back, less hot. And then she's about to fall. But, whoop, there she goes. That was it. It's really easy to cut that off. You don't have to keep it if you don't want to, just to let you know. So now I have two pretty much identical wigs. One's a little bit longer and a little less bulky, but now I know what I'm doing.